everybody. Welcome into Talking Fitchburg on this Wednesday, muggy July 28th, 2021. Jeremy Crosby here, staying in the air conditioning today as it's been a brutal day out there here in Fitchburg in southern Wisconsin. Storms on the way for the evening. Keep an eye on the sky for that and weather ready. Don't know what's going to happen, so might as well be ready and check in with any of the places you get your forecast. And if the storms do go into the overnight period, as there was some talk, then make sure that you have multiple ways of getting your weather information. Right, Andrew? Talking to you, buddy. Do you have a weather radio yet? You know what he said, folks. I'm just going to leave it at that. We got a great show for you. We'll get you the latest here in the headlines here in Fitchburg. We'll talk about talk with the Better Business Bureau. Take a look back at talking about the child tax credit and scams surrounding that. We want to make sure that you understand how it works and what the scams are. So we'll break that down for you coming up. Plus, we check in with the O'Brien Solar Field event. Yes, the O'Brien Solar Field has been christened, if you will. That happened last night. We'll take you out to that event and show you behind the scenes look at what's part of that project and those new solar panels out there. Very excited to see that piece. So we'll take a look at that here in just a second. But let's jump in to our headlines, and we're going to talk again about those new mask restrictions. Public Health of Madison and Dane County have issued a recommendation following the updated guidance from the CDC. And that is this: because of the Delta variant spreading quickly and causing an increase in cases in Dane County, we are strongly advising that everyone, regardless of the vaccination status, wear a mask in an indoor public space and in an indoor private gathering. So whether you're in a public space or private gatherings, you should wear a mask, whether you are vaccinated or not vaccinated. Some of the reasons I've seen is, again, that people who are vaccinated could still potentially carry this variant. Might not even be sick, but can carry it, and could be transported, and then you could become infected with that. So whether you are or aren't vaccinated, you are encouraged to wear a mask in public indoor spaces and indoor private gatherings here. More information online. We'll share the link to this story, as we do with all of our stories, when we post it up to Facebook and YouTube. All right, happening tomorrow night, Curry Court and Old Indian Trail Stormwater Study Public Information Meeting will be happening. We're having this meeting tomorrow night, July 29th, from 7 to 8 p.m. Discuss the study findings. The meeting will include a summary of the purpose of this study, a description of the alternatives that were assessed as part of the study, a discussion of the assessment methods, and study findings. You can find more information online and register to speak at this by going to our website, fitchburgwi.gov, or you can check in with our environmental engineer, Claudia Guy. That's claudia.guy at fitchburgwi.gov to ask any questions before this event. Of course, we'll be broadcasting this meeting right here on Fact TV. Transportation is available for COVID-19 vaccine appointments. Transportation will be provided for COVID vaccine appointments for adults aged 50 plus who live in their own home or apartments in Dane County. This is being done through the Fitchburg Senior Center, they're sharing this information from the Senior Center. There is no cost for the ride. These rides are intended for those who truly have no other means of transportation. Wheelchair accessible options are available. You just call this number, 242-6489, 242-6489, to get yourself signed up to get yourself to a vaccine appointment. All right, Pack in the Park is coming up fast next Friday, in fact, to bring the kids to Pack in the Park. The fun starts at 6 p.m. at McKee Farms Park. It will have games, inflatables, prizes, food for purchase from the Fitchburg Optimist Club, and, of course, a great movie. That movie is Tom and Jerry, the movie. I haven't seen it. Andrew, I don't think Andrew's seen it either yet. So maybe Andrew and I's families better come together and come to this event. Movie starts at 8:45. So if you're coming out for that, or I'm not 8:45, 8:15. Whew, that'd have been bad. Jeremy said it started at 8:45. Ooh, that'd have been really bad. Yes, 8:15 approximately. Maybe it'll start at 45. I don't know. Yikes, Andrew. That would have been bad. All right, concert. Yeah, Andrew said, "Oh, geez, Jeremy." Yikes. Concerts at McKee. Next one's coming up in La Chos. Is it La Chechos? I believe. Yes, is going to be part of this. This is cool. This is danceable grooves from Latin America and the Caribbean in a Midwestern way. Sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of great music here. Concerts at McKee, a party in the park for everyone, starts at 6 p.m. with Madison Music Foundry Youth Band, and then 7 o'clock. That's when your main band starts. So you bring the picnic basket out there. Number one, they have food trucks and local vendors serving some great food and beverages. Beers available. Like I said, I mean, bring the whole family out. If you haven't come out to this ever, you are missing out. It is so much fun. And McKee Farms Park's got plenty of parking. There's not a bad seat in the house. And it's just a fun, relaxing night. Kids got the playground. You got the splash pad nearby. I mean, what else could you ask for? It's good music. That's what I think. Well, good music and good weather, I suppose, probably would be a good thing too. So, but yeah, that's happening August 16th, 6 to 9 p.m. at McKee Farms Park. The final concerts at McKee, by the way, which is scary to think that it's already wrapping up for the season. So it's how you know the summer's kind of coming to an end. All right, Pick Me Up at the Border 2021 is scheduled. And this is another fall event, if you will. There will be 3 ride options. Andrew loves this option, the 25-mile bike ride to Belleville. That's the one he takes. Jeremy will take the 50-mile to Monticello. And my wife will take the 80-mile to the Illinois state line and back. All gravel, dirt, trail bike riding beginning at nightfall. So this trail's got a little bit of everything. So you got to be ready for that. But the ride is on the Badger State Trail. Riders are responsible for their own state trail passes. Before you go on the ride, you can grab some snacks provided by Fitchburg Family Pharmacy before you hit the trail. Ride starts at 7 p.m. Your online registration fee, just $15, and a donation to Bike Fitchburg Incorporated. It's a 501c3 charity devoted to improving biking in Fitchburg. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you're wanting to participate in this, a few things you should have: helmet, long-lasting headlights or lights, multiple, those are required, spare lights and batteries, and a power packs recommended for the long distance. Cloth face masks are required at the start and at the snack stops. This ride is mostly unsupported. However, there will be water and snack stop locations in Belleville, Monticello, Monroe. There's a bubbler that's 24 hours. It's a bubbler and 24 hours bathroom, and at the Illinois border. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I want to do this eventually, Andrew. I'm going to try to sign up for this because we just got into the biking, so it's a lot of fun. But yeah, Friday, September 24th. It's going to be fun. That's all I'm saying. I think they've even biked in the rain once. So rain or shine, come on out for it. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, it's time to take a quick break. Coming up next here on Talking Fitchburg, we're going to talk about the child tax credit and scams surrounding that with our friend Tiffany Schultz from the Better Business Bureau right here on Talking Fitchburg.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be flood next Thursday.
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day.
I have no time for this.
So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life, but how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have prediabetes, a serious medical condition that puts you at high risk for type 2 diabetes. 1 in 3 American adults has prediabetes, but more than 80% don't know they have it. The good news is, prediabetes can be reversed, and for many people, healthy changes in their daily routine can make a big difference. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Well, welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me today from the Better Business Bureau right here in Southern Wisconsin, got Tiffany Schultz. Tiffany, welcome back to the show. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thanks for having me today.
Thank you for joining us. And today we're going to be talking about child tax credits and of course, any type of new government rollout program comes with scammers, because that's just the way it is now, don't you think?
Scammers follow the news. So there's 36 million Americans who are eligible for this tax credit. So scammers are definitely out there, and we want you to be aware of how they're going to try to take advantage of you.
Yeah, so explain what this tax credit is and when we'll see this coming out.
Starting July 15th, you're going to see some tax credits that are falling into your bank account that are on file with the IRS, the bank account that you use to file your taxes. If you have children under the age of 18, you are going to be receiving some money for them, which is a payment in advance. However, you don't have to do anything to receive this money. If you want to find out more about eligibility, you can go to irs.gov. However, scammers may be contacting you either via phone, email, direct message, text message, any way that they can get in touch with you and offer you, hey, you can get more money from this program, but you need to fill out this application and pay, or we need your personal information for this, to deposit into your bank account. So nobody from the IRS is actually going to reach out to you. You have to do nothing to receive this money. There is no extra money involved. If you're eligible, you're eligible. Scammers are just going to take advantage of that.
So there's just no pay to play, essentially. So that and pay to play, never works. I mean, that should be a red flag. It's a common. Then this is right in with common scams that we see every day.
Absolutely, but consumers fall for it. If somebody is on the phone offering your money for possibly a government program that doesn't exist, but they say it exists, if you don't do your homework, you could fall for the scam, and we want to keep you safe from that.
Yeah, absolutely. As far as so eligibility wise, just for repeating that again, for being eligible, how do you know you're eligible? If money just starts showing up, should you freak out? Just go over that part of it.
If you have children under the age of 18, you may be eligible, and eligibility comes from income requirements. What you filed on your taxes for 2020, if you haven't filed 2020 yet, they're going to be looking at 2019. But for eligibility, you can head right to irs.gov and see if you're eligible, because if those payments start falling into your bank account, you're going to want to know where they're coming from. So head to irs.gov and you can get all the information there.
All right, let's talk payment, because this is common with any scams here. How should we expect the payment to come, and what would the scammers do to try to get the money? What could we see as possible of scams, if you will, for those payments?
Well, the payments are going to fall right into your bank account. You could get a paper check for them. You could get a debit card for them. So it's all going to depend on how your taxes are set up. So keep that in mind. The scams that we could be seeing are scammers calling you and saying that you're eligible for more money, but you just have to fill out this application and pay. So they're looking for your financial information, or they could be asking you for your bank account information to deposit the money. They could be asking you for your personal information, your social security number, to scam you for identity theft. They could take different paths to scam you in this instance. However, keep in mind that you don't have to do anything for this money. It's all going to be based on your taxes that you filed for 2020 or 2019. Nobody is going to call you and reach out to you from the IRS.
Yeah, that is super important. Take that with you. If you anything from this one, there is the government does not call you, folks. It just doesn't happen. Reporting it. Why is it so important, Tiffany? No matter what the scam is, to report it, and who should we report it to?
Extremely important to report. Report it to us at bbb.org/scam tracker. Your report helps us warn others of the scams taking place in the marketplace. And Jeremy, without those consumers reporting these scams, we can't get this information out there. So I take it to you, Jeremy. I take it to the other outlets. We publish it on bbb.org. We put it out there so consumers can find it.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we know what we have to do to stay protected. And like I said, it's just hard to yet common that something new rolls out and it has to be tied to a scam. But like you said, plenty of ways to avoid it. If people do want to find out more information, again, where can they do that?
More information on the Child Tax Credit Program, that can actually be found on irs.gov. Make sure that you are on irs.gov if you are checking that out, not irs.com, irs.gov. For more information about the scams that could go along with it, head to bbb.org and check on our news tab, and we have all the information there.
Tiffany, thank you so much for taking the time and going through this, and we'll look forward to talking a little bit later in the month.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. We'll take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.
It takes all of us to slow the spread of the coronavirus, so follow guidance from authorities where you live and stay home unless absolutely necessary. Use a delivery service for essential items like food and medicine. If you must make essential trips, stay 6 feet apart from other people. Wear a cloth face covering and wash your hands for at least 20 seconds as often as possible. Visit coronavirus.gov for the latest information.
Gaining weight was easy. All I had to do was sit down and eat. Losing weight's a lot harder. I have to work at it every day. But with every step, I lower my risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And that makes every step, every choice, every day very much worth the effort.
Learn how you can help stop diabetes by losing weight, eating healthy, and staying active. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES.
Hey, boss. Okay?
Said I'm fine.
Put me to bed, see you in the morning. With the frosted Superman, but it wasn't on it. And we lost it. In my head, in my head, in my head. We were underlay in my head.
Hey, son.
Hey, Bob.
You know you can talk to me.
Yeah.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us.
Ready!
That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu. And especially this year, no one has time to get sick. Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg in the guest segment. And today we're going to take you out to the new solar farm on the O'Brien Farm property. Yeah, the solar array was set up over the past year, and we're so excited to give you a behind-the-scenes tour of this awesome power generating machine.
I want to welcome everyone to the O'Brien Solar Fields. It is a 20 megawatt solar array. It's the largest solar installation in Dane County so far. At 20 megawatts, the energy produced by the array will provide enough energy to supply about 6,300 homes. The project covers 160 acres and consists of 60,000 bifacial panels. And when I say bifacial panels, that means that it has solar material on both sides, so on the top and the bottom. And what that does for us is it allows more light to be collected by the array. So there's reflected light from the ground that we're able to pick up. And this really helps us out in the wintertime. So we can use the reflected light from the snow to heat up the panels, which also helps us shed snow on the top of the panels. Another feature that's maybe a little bit different than most solar arrays that you've seen before is this is what's called a single axis tracking array, which means it tracks the sun as the sun travels across the sky. That allows us to get more energy per panel that we have installed. Another thing I wanted to talk about is the environmental benefits of the project, and they go much more than just for the energy and the environmental impact of that energy. Underneath the panels, we've planted a pollinator and prairie planting, which is going to help us, of course, be pollinator friendly, which is something we're very concerned about these days because of the habitat being destroyed for pollinators. But it also has deep-rooted prairie plants, which will help retain the soil and help reduce runoff, and it'll also help restore the soil to more natural condition. And if the farm ever becomes, planted for agriculture in the future, that soil will be healthier and better than what we started with. I'd really like to thank the O'Brien family. Without the O'Brien family, without the O'Briens, this project wouldn't have happened. With Tom and Pat, who've farmed the land that's been in their family for over 100 years. The project today is really the result of good planning, a commitment to work with local landowners, a commitment to work with the local units of government, a lot of hard work, and I think probably a lot of luck, because you had to build the project during a global pandemic.
It has been since 2016 when we first started talking about ways to bring local distributed energy to the area working in the city of Fitchburg. I remember sitting down with Pat and Tom at their, I think, dining room table across the street back in, it was probably late 2016, early 2017 when we first started those discussions, and really a pleasure to work with you guys. I appreciate all the help you have done to make this project go forward, get it off the ground. Similarly, I remember sitting down with Aaron from the city of Fitchburg and Sonia and team. Really a pleasure to work with the city. We permit projects across the U.S. and I truly mean it when I say a pleasure to work in the city of Fitchburg. Really appreciate the support that went into permitting this project.
I'm the 5th generation of my family actually to be here in Fitchburg, and so we go way back to the O'Briens, both as neighbors and friends. So congratulations. And to me, it's exciting that it still stays in the family. So it is still something that they own. So that's exciting for me as well. The city of Fitchburg is participating in this solar project, and we are purchasing 1/40th of electricity generated here. And it's equivalent to 500 kilowatts, and that's going to be about 1 million kilowatt hours per year to fill the city's electricity needs. With the addition and the energy that we're getting through this project is actually going to about double what we are using as a city. It's going to meet about 40% of our electricity needs, and that means that we will far and away surpass our first goal of having 25% of our energy being renewable by 2025. So 4 years ahead of time, which is fantastic.
Our future is in renewables, and if we're going to leave Wisconsin better off than we found it, we're going to have to do responsible things like you've done here in Fitchburg.
The late John Muir once said that the sun does not shine on us, but in us. I think John was trying to say that the sun possesses great potential for energy, and the importance to all of us is somewhat unappreciated. Could it be that we've only just begun to capture the sun's potential? A clean energy source created without releasing carbon into the atmosphere. Today we stand on this beautiful Wisconsin land and move one step closer to our shared vision to leave this earth better than we found it.
Pulling power out of the snow. This is impressive work, right? Gives Wisconsin a whole new image. Thank you for that. Really appreciate it. We do feel very fortunate at Promega to be a part of this real advanced initiative when it comes to sustainable practice in our community. And this for us will provide about 8% of our current annual electric consumption. And that complements some of the solar arrays that we have on our own buildings, about 5 different buildings in Dane County. We appreciate too the engineering accomplishment of generating carbon-free energy at this scale. And we're optimistic that the O'Brien Solar Fields project will hopefully continue local momentum for many businesses and many individuals in the community.
Today, I'm excited to announce that with the commissioning of O'Brien Fields, in Wisconsin, Tribe 9 Foods facilities are now 100% powered by renewable energy.
You have to be here to get a sense of the size of these panels, the number of these panels, and the potential impact that this project will have on our community. I'm very proud that the university is a partner in all of this. It's good for the community, as I noted. It's good for clean energy in the country, but it's particularly good for us on our sustainability goals as well as we try to be a greener and better campus. The O'Brien Solar Fields is not only going to be an important source of sustainable energy, they're also going to be a clean energy research lab, a way to invest in our community, and one of the best local field trip destinations that our students have ever had.
The O'Briens farmed this land for more than 100 years, and today they're helping us to harvest all the power of the sun, but by providing the land to generate the 20 megawatts of renewable energy that's behind us. Almost 5 years ago, MG&E completed its first community solar project in Middleton. Since then, we've brought 3 more local solar arrays online, totaling 34 megawatts. The O'Brien Solar Fields is one of the first projects under MG&E's renewable energy rider. We designed the innovative customer program for collaborations like this one. And as you've heard, this partnership is unique. This is an example of the partnership. We know we can do things on our own, but we can do great things together. So I appreciate everyone's partnership in this because it is together that things like this can happen.
All right, there you have it. It's pretty cool, I have to say, and so excited to have it right here in our backyard in the city of Fitchburg. And yeah, we'll have follow-ups for you if there's anything that comes up with that. We'll get this posted online for you. You can check it out again at our website, fitchburgwi.gov. Take a quick break, wrap up the show next. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.
You could be spreading the coronavirus without realizing you have it. So follow guidance from authorities where you live and do your part. It's important to limit in-person interaction with anyone outside of your immediate household, but phone and video chat are safe ways to connect. It's also important to limit any social gathering. This advice applies to people of any age, including teens and younger adults. Visit coronavirus.gov for the latest information.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
Brandon met a girl on a dating app. He finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving.
She must be a keeper.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu.
We don't have time for delays.
We don't have time for spills.
Next.
We don't have time for setbacks. Let's be real.
Getting the flu shot
helps you fight the flu.
Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg, wrapping up the show for the day. Remember to be weather ready as those storms come through this evening and maybe even overnight. Want to have multiple ways to get those weather alerts, warnings, whatever the case may be. We want you to have them and be ready to go. And while you're waiting for the storms to come in, hey, you can watch Fact TV. Can't get any better than that.